Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pound Show. This is the Daps and Pound Show. Yeah, you know.
Hey guys, how you doing? What's up, everybody? What are you doing right now? Oh, I know. You're watching episode 17. Good grief, we're getting up there.
Yeah, we're getting old.
17 weeks. 17 weeks. That's 17. Amazing. 17. That was a great moment.
Inside joke.
Great moment, inside joke. But guys, you are here. All right. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dobie.
And you are rocking with two mics,
Two friends.
in one show,
The Daps and Pound Show.
Woo!
Coopin'.
Woo! It's gonna be a good show today, guys.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna talk a good chunk about sports. Kind of set the climate for the NBA playoffs coming up here. NBA finals coming up here. We are going to have the great debate: Michael Jordan versus the King LeBron James. We are going to talk about new music, but first we have to start with our good, bad.
Yes. Oh, and don't forget, we are always going to give you that top five.
True.
Top five.
Top five.
And the top five today is the top five rock movies.
That's right.
Baywatch just came out, and
Yeah.
we'll let you know what we thought about that too a little bit. So we thought that'd be a good segue for you into the top five. So, good, bad, man. Shoot, what do you got?
Good, bad for me. So it was a good week.
Mm-hmm.
It was productive. It was extremely long though. Like this week, there were times when I was like, because usually my weeks, I don't even know what day it is.
Mm-hmm.
But this week in particular, I was like, it's still Tuesday? Tuesday's still a thing? It's happening? It's crazy. And the workload was heavier too. Usually when your workload's heavier, your day is faster, but not this week. It was a struggle for sure, but it's okay. Also, back to kayfabe in WWE world, Jinder Mahal is a wrestler, and he just won the heavyweight title, first ever person of Indian descent to
That's
ever
cool.
win. It's pretty cool.
No, that's awesome.
So that was awesome to watch. And then bad. What did I have for bad? Oh, the Manchester attack.
I mean,
That made me sad because we're like it's tough because the way the world is now, there's no place safe anymore. Movie theaters, gas stations, concerts. It doesn't matter where you are. Something can always go down. So that was a bad. I was like watching the news, and I hate watching the news because the news is so negative all the time. But I was watching it, and I was like, dang. And then I started really feeling bad for Ariana because like that's.
Did you see her statement?
Yeah, I did. But it's like now she's constantly going to be associated with that forever.
And she's going to be scared.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. So that made me sad. So it was my good, bad.
Yeah, rest in peace to everybody who's affected or who passed away. And then prayers go out to those who are affected by that. Not something you want to experience because, I mean, that could have been us. I mean, we're concert goers. And,
right.
I mean, it's sad all around. So definitely bad for me, too. I would say good has been last 2 days were just fun. Like, going out to go to see the movies. Mary and I went to Buffalo Wild Wings before that. And then the night before that, Zach Castle, my friend, it was his birthday, so we got together with that. Yeah, shout out to Castle. And that was a good time. It's nice to catch up with him and all that. So that was definitely my good for the week. Bad for the week, this is just one of those weeks. And you were saying how you felt busy, but where time is just like the bad. Like, it feels like your enemy. Like, you're like, I want to get so much, I want to get all this done, but I want to have time to relax. I want to have time to hang out. Like, where you just feel like there's just not enough time in the day. So I would definitely say the bad this week has just felt like I can't seem to do everything I want to do. That's life for you, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's my bad. Plus the Manchester attack as well. That's not something we ever want to hear about, for sure.
For sure. Let's talk about Knights for a minute. What episode was that?
For
What
those,
episode was that, you think?
Calm down. For those of you who are wondering why he just brought up Knights, earlier, I think it was either episode 2 or 3 of the Daps and Pounds show. It was very early on. We had a discussion. What are better, Knights or Samurais? We shouldn't even say Knights when it comes to comparing them to Samurai. I think there's a lot. We've already had polls about this, Malcolm. We already know who is better. But you want to bring up Knights. So let's see what illogical explanation you have for us.
I'm just putting it out there. Why do you think it is?
Oh gosh, I already know where you're going.
Why do you think it is?
It's stupid.
If you can provide an answer for me, then it'll be fine. I'm not accusatory. I'm not aggressive. Listen, why do you think it is that there are not as many samurai movies or movies based around a samurai premise as there are movies about knights?
First off, it's called Japanese culture, and I guarantee you there are more Japanese movies overall.
That translate to Americans.
That's because it's Japanese culture. Not
Those
as many.
Knights were in Ireland and England. Like, it's not like that was Americans.
Yeah, but you know them crazy European white people. Deep down, they're like, oh, I feel like I should have been a knight. Like,
white people are like, I'm 20%.
Right.
Irish.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
the Irish
That's
king.
what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and they're like, man, I just have a feeling, man, if like I was born that time, man, I'd be like super, like I'd be so good at like knight skills.
Well, what's interesting is I'm black, so
You're the Black Knight.
I am the Black Knight. But back then, I don't even think I was super allowed. But I think I would be a knight too. I would just be like a standout.
Super loud.
I would just be a standout.
But you know about that story, right? How there's a black samurai.
Yeah,
Which is really cool.
I feel like if there was a Black Knight and Samurai fight.
Oh, I think there's actually going to be a movie made about him, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That might be interesting.
Take that. Put that in your pot and smoke it. Remember that phrase? I haven't said that in so long.
What was that? Was that?
I don't know if it was from a movie or not.
That was what was the Austin Powers?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, you're right.
I couldn't remember that franchise.
But, I mean, I think it's just a matter of European, like, I mean, because Hollywood, let's be honest, for how long dominated white culture and was made for white culture and white moviegoers and stuff. And I say modernized, I think you're still going to say Knights or more. But overall, I think more dumb people know about Knights. And
So that's your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that. I feel like our Knights and Samurai, that is a ongoing narrative on the show that we're just gonna every once in a while, bring back up.
Okay, that's fine. You can
Also,
do
guys,
that.
just wanted to let you know Transformers is going to be night themed. Next Transformers movie.
Let me know in the comment section below how many of you think that's a great premise.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything about the film.
I've never
whether
watched.
or not it would be good.
Did you watch the one with Mark Wahlberg? I have never even seen that Transformers.
And it was Repug. I did not like it. It was Trinidash. The girl who played his daughter. I heart you. But everything else, no. But on this new one, Gerard Carmichael is going to be in it a little bit. And I love him as a comedian, so I'll probably watch it. I try to watch every movie with Mark Wahlberg in it. Deepwater Horizon made me tear up. Have you seen it yet?
Was that good?
Made me tear up.
I feel like that movie kind of lines up with that. Oh my gosh, what's his movie? He was in Star Trek, right? And there was that movie where it was a Coast Guard ship that they had to go.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good movie.
I know what you're talking about.
But you don't really want to see those movies in theaters. But when you watch it at home on Netflix on the couch, you're like, wow, that was actually really good.
I hate true disaster movies.
Okay.
Where it's like a true event happened.
Yeah.
And it's a disaster. So you know people died, but yet you have to watch it. I hate those movies.
What is that?
I hate those movies.
Yo, for those of you who are listening, there's just like this random, like small.
It looks like one of those things
like a
that
fish egg.
It looks like one of those things that are in like those little white packets in some clothes you buy. Or some
edibles. No, you can't eat them. That was a bad joke.
No,
this is a dad joke. Golly.
Dad joke.
Hey, sorry, why don't you eat this?
But yeah, true life disaster movies, I don't like watching because I know people are gonna die. I know that like it's gonna make me sad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, I don't want to watch this. But I watched it.
It's like watching like when you were in school and you had to watch, like you were excited that your teacher says like we're gonna watch this documentary about like the Holocaust, but at the same time you're like, gosh dang it, we're gonna watch this documentary about the Holocaust. You know what I mean?
So true. Oh my goodness. Quick race segment.
What a strange parallel.
Quick race segment. I remember I went to a middle school, guys, and I remember being in the classroom, and I mean I'm black, so it's 8th grade. So I've already seen Roots. I've already seen Roots. I know what it's about. And I remember the teacher, Mr. Hine, goes, yeah, so today, class, we're going to watch Roots. It's going to be good for historical. It's going to be talking about the slave trade. And this is before lunch. We're going to watch it after lunch. So the kids are like, sick, movie day. This is going to be so fun. We're going to get snacks. This is going to be awesome. And I'm sitting there like, nope. And they're like, Malcolm, why aren't you more excited? That's what one of my friends said to me. I'm like, listen, I don't know how to explain this to you guys, but just watch the movie. And we got maybe like an hour and a half in, and Roots is long. Like when it premiered
like
on
12
TV,
hours, right?
Yeah, when it was like the first huge miniseries in cable like history. And we watched like the first hour, and people are like, and the first hour takes place with them mostly still in Africa and like setting up how they come over to get Africans. So the first hour, people are just kind of like, it's kind of weird, but you know, whatever. And I'm still like, Second hour comes and it goes off, and it's just like slaves on the boat, real talk, and they're like, these kids' faces, that's when I started laughing and getting excited. Like, when I saw their faces, that's when I started, like, getting inside. I was like, yeah, that was the movie for me. That was the movie, was to see the white kids watch Roots and react. That was the movie.
Malcolm, you should have done the first, like, Malcolm reacts to white people reacting to Roots.
Oh, my goodness. And I went home and told my mom, and she laughed, too. We thought it was funny. Slavery's not funny. That's not the narrative I'm pushing. But I'm just saying that the experience was so different for two different types of people.
Yeah.
Race is funny,
Speaking of
man.
that, I just had somebody, they said there's a video going around of these, they put mask off to these like white people like dancing to it.
Yeah.
And then my friend on Twitter, he goes, white people ruin everything. And I just laughed because like we've all seen those cringy things where
Katy Perry dancing. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. Someone said, I was watching something, they were like, it's almost like the videos on Facebook where you scroll where someone's doing surgery or like popping something gross that like you automatically scroll past.
Oh no!
But then you go like,
don't do that.
Oh, what's that? I have to go look at it.
No! I don't look at it.
Oh my goodness!
Actually, I did look at one the other day. I don't do well with like medical stuff, but I watched like it was like a transportation of a beating heart, and I was just like,
well, that's lit.
I was like, what?
I do well with medical things that are like big like that. So heart, knee replacement, even rhinoplasty.
Time out.
Yeah.
You just went from hearts to knee replacement.
Have you seen? Luke, sometimes they have to like take a hammer and go hamsies.
We already discussed that last episode, but just the fact like I went major. Okay, what are major? Heart, brain. Like let's talk about like the spine. You went heart, knee replacement. I'm sorry.
Man.
Like the order was just.
It was crazy. It was wild. I get that.
I can't. Sometimes I can watch those. Sometimes I can't. But that's true.
Man.
But white people, you need to watch your stuff before you release it.
Life is
you don't know.
crazy.
That's a good story, though, about your experience.
I don't know what made me, I guess because we were talking about similar things, but I just had to put in that little race segment.
Yeah, no, that's a...
Race is funny. Every once in a while, if you can do it respectively.
There's a reason comedians talk about race.
Oh, yeah. Every once in a while, if you do it respectively, you can talk about race. And I thought it was funny to watch little white kids watch Roots for the first time. It was an amazing situation for me. All right, guys. Now we're going to get into our new music. It just came out today. A bunch of stuff came out. Some singles. We had a surprise from good old Bryson Tiller, a.k.a. Pin Griffey.
A.k.a. BT.
A.k.a. BT.
That was really bad because I meant to say... I slur so bad. It sounded like B-E-T, and I only, in my head, wanted to say B-T. But I'm a terrible...
What's funny is I know how you talk, so I knew what you meant. I knew you meant B-T.
That's so bad. Dear.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds
All
like
right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. Bryson Tiller dropped his album 1 month early.
Woo, 1 month.
That's a full month.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know how rare that is for an artist to drop 1 month early?
It's very rare. If anything, albums get pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
So he went ahead and let it go. In the interim, we've heard Little Lucy's from Bryson, and they've been kind of like, these are okay, I guess, but we can't really figure out where he's going to go. So this album, for me, sounds just like Trap Soul.
Oh, yeah.
I think that if you are a fan of Bryson Tiller and you're like, man, it's time for him to elevate and grow and really push it the way that, like, you know, people like The Weeknd or Bruno Mars, people in the R&B space are experimenting, this is not that.
And I will say, though, to compare him to The Weeknd is not fair because The Weeknd had 3 projects that were very, very similar, and that's why they were added as a trilogy.
Yeah, that's totally true.
So this is his second project.
And I think he can do this same tone and style for another mixtape or album, maybe. But then after that, we're going to start needing him to kind of branch out a little bit. But overall, I liked this album. Overall, there are definitely songs I'm going to go back to, like 4 or 5. I think the biggest problem with the album for me is Homeboy gave us 19 songs. For an R&B project,
I could take off 4 right away.
Yeah. Like for an R&B project that has such a similar sound, because let's be real, a lot of these songs sound similar.
Oh, yeah, easily.
And same thing with Trap Soul. There were songs on Trap Soul that sounded similar. But if you're that type of artist, then you don't need to give us 19 songs. This kind of sounds like ever since Trap Soul, he was just writing in a diary. And then, like, he was like, oh, that's a song. May 30th is a song. April 21st is a song. You know, and he just gave us all of that.
I mean... Oh, excuse me. Let's see. How many interludes were there, though? So, I mean, I don't know if we would want to...
There's an intro, there's an interlude, and there's an outro.
And I will say there are...
So 16 songs.
16 songs. They're around 2 to 3 minutes apiece. There's not... I think they're only
very
long...
choppy, very short songs.
Only long one is the... he did 2 and 1 kind of deal. And so, I mean, you take... That kind of evens out, because people like Kanye West, like, how long was the Blame Game?
Oh, well, forever.
Yeah, it was like 8 minutes, right?
But you know what's different with Kanye, though? Like, Kanye can make really long songs, and I'm here for him with my popcorn just listening, because he's so creative that you don't know where he's going to take it.
So true.
This, you kind of know where it's going to go. So right off the bat, I love the song No Longer Friends.
It's a good one.
After the intro, that is the first song, and it's funny because Rory from the Joe Budden podcast, some of his tweets are the funniest things in the world. He said Tiller got you guys Instagram captions for the whole summer, and he really does. Like, there's so many Instagram captions similar to Drake in that way in this album. But I like No Longer Friends. I like Set It Off. Set It Off is a song that he uses like an R&B sample of a female singing, and then it goes into the song, and it's so in the tone of Drake, I think, that if that was featuring Drake, Drake would just destroy it. It would that
it's
song
so good.
would have the potential of blowing up. In Check, I loved. Self-Made, I loved.
Self-Made's good. That's one of his better rap joints.
The harder rap songs or whatever, I think were really good. I think they were really good.
I think he's kind of mediocre at it, though.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're gonna compare,
he needs the beat. If
you're going to do what, I mean, even The Weeknd though, but I would say he's a little bit more special because the way his voice rolls and how he raps, his melodies and stuff, for some reason he hits it like nobody else. But if you're an R&B artist and you want to do these rap lines, I'm gonna say I think Black's even got him in that regard.
I love Black's flow. He has such a unique.
He was a battle rapper
thing. I think that since now, even though I like this album a lot, I love
Black album. Black album is
I
better.
love
it's
Free
better.
Black.
It's better.
And I think that now that I can truly compare the two, Black got him. I think Black might be the king of this sound.
Free Black, I think that album is better than Bryson Tiller's first album.
I'm not going there.
I'm going there.
I'm not going there.
I'm going there.
I love Trap Soul.
Trap Soul had one great song.
You don't think Don't's great? I love Don't.
Okay, never mind. Don't's good.
I love Don't. And I love
Don't in Exchange.
And I love 504 Come Up.
Nah.
I love that song.
Yeah. The Weeknd bodied you.
I think that was a great remix. I think that Black is the king of this sound right now. That LA's in, Bryson Tiller's in.
And Apple Music is like all in on him now.
Yep. I think with this, he had the opportunity to solidify himself as like Trap Soul. This is my thing. This is what I'm doing. You guys kind of get behind me. And I don't think this album did it. But I like the album. I do. Yeah. But there's so many songs that, even though they're short, blend together and sound the same. I had it playing this afternoon, took a shower, and came back, and I had to check my phone twice to see if the song had changed because they sound so similar.
Well, I think that's part of the mix too. Like, Don't Get Too High goes into Blowing Smoke, so it's idea, the concept just kind of flowed and rolled right into the next song. Don't Get Too High is actually one of my personal favorites on this album.
Yeah.
And then Ben's Truck, I wish was a full track. I wish Ben's Truck, so that's for those of you who are listening, that is, it's track number 14, Money Problem / Ben's Truck, and the beat switch to Ben's Truck, and just that whole song I feel like should have been its own track.
Even the beat on Money Problems is hard though. Mm-hmm. I like that beat.
And then if you go down more, the what was it? The Never Mind This interlude.
Whew. Tough. It was tough.
That should have been a full song. And remember Joe Budden said on Everyday Struggle,
he does that.
He's like, do not make a hard interlude and not make it a full song. And I felt like that was the one.
Now, here's where I'll critique the album and say that he shouldn't do it. Run Me Dry. It was his try at the Caribbean sound that's going on right now. No, don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. That's not what you do. Yeah. That's not what you're good at. Leave that to Party. Leave that to Drizzy. Leave that to other people. That's not what you do.
Even Wale.
Leave that to Wale. But this, no. Don't do that. Don't do that, Bryson.
So, I think anybody who is a fan of Bryson Tiller
will love it.
You will listen to this, and if you don't love it, you will at least like it.
Yeah.
No one will say this is garbage. Solid follow-up. People forget how hard a sophomore album actually really is.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna really compare it, some sophomore albums though, like Kendrick Lamar's sophomore album, Drake's sophomore album, if even the Weeknd's sophomore album, if you take out Trilogy, was weak.
Are you talking about what was it called? Are you talking about
it was the Neon and Black was the whoa, oh my gosh, there's some people who are just yelling at us.
It was called, I know exactly what it is.
Anyways,
though.
But overall I felt like that was kind of weak. But he did a solid, Bryson Tiller did a solid, because there are people out there who didn't know if he still had it in him. Because the hard thing with an artist, for you guys who are listening, when you are an artist and this is your first album,
Kissland,
thank you. You usually are sitting on so much material that you've written in the past, and you kind of are able to choose from your whole library. And so when you're a sophomore album, you've already had those tracks that you wrote 3 years ago that solidified still today. So that really shows who you are as an artist, because you got to come back with those songs that you wrote, but in a way shorter time frame.
And salute to Joe. I mean, to add into what you're saying, he always says your first album, if you're a good artist, your first album is usually your best because you had your whole life to make it.
And that's why that conversation, I believe, was when they were talking about like people like Fetty Wap.
Yeah. Yep. So
Rest in peace.
That's kind of our take on Bryson Tiller's
really die,
album, True to Self.
Yeah.
If you like the genre, it's good to ride around to, at least.
The Daps and Pound show definitely gives it a thumbs up. Now, let's talk about something we're going to give a thumbs down. Teenage Emotions. You know what? Teenage Emotions are usually all over the place. So is this album.
Great album title. Great album title. Good segue.
Woo!
That was great.
Woo!
I have the best.
Fan me off right now.
We have the best.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Guys, I am a fan of Lil Yachty. And I originally said, I think I like Lil Yachty more than I like Lil Uzi Vert. Well, today, that has changed. Because I could not be more disappointed with this album. You, literally, when you listen, front to back, it feels like a struggle. It feels... Now, I think he released, how many songs? 21? 21 tracks?
Yeah, there's a lot of songs.
Way harder to listen to than Bryson Tiller album. 21 tracks. There are... The pocket of 3 good songs for me was the Better... Forever Young, and Lady in Yellow.
You know, it's interesting.
Those 3 songs stood out to me.
I found a different pocket. Now, this is gonna sound wild. Bring It Back. I love Bring It Back. No, and listen. I know,
guys. Okay, I just want to let you know.
I know.
This is very controversial because we already labeled it Trinidad.
I know.
You cannot untrinidad.
I know. No. The album is Trinidad. There's a couple of songs.
Oh my god.
Like Bring It Back.
Don't even add that
are
song.
decent.
No.
But overall, the album's trash.
No.
Album's
I would say the only, like the one, okay, the reason why I say these songs, what was it? Sorry, I had to put my glasses on. Forever Young, it was produced by Diplo. Diplo had his hands all in this track. I can tell. Okay, Diplo was the reason this song sounded good. The reason why I'm so frustrated with this album, who is it for? Because this is not a rap album to me, people. There is one really actual rap song to me, which was Peekaboo. The rest of the stuff sounds like terrible Little B tracks mixed in with like tryhards. And also Running with the Ghost.
Running with the Ghost.
I tell you what, if they, gosh dang it, if
they're gonna put a
that,
battery in the back of that
they put that beat with in that chorus with somebody else other than Lil Yachty, it's so good.
I'm telling you, they're gonna put a battery in the back of that one.
That chorus and that beat is so good.
I don't know if it's gonna be the next single, but they are gonna put a battery in the back of that, and you will hear it in Pac Sun and Journeys and all the places where people that populate that listen to Lil Yachty.
But it's not good because of Lil Yachty at all.
No.
That chorus, it's good because Lil Yachty's not on it that much. It's just all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. It just is like, this is the album where your friend gives you his mixtape and you're like, I don't really want to let anybody know about it.
Yeah. For me, I've always been back and forth on Yachty. When he first came out, I didn't understand it. I heard Broccoli, that first verse, when it drops, if you're at a concert or at a party on Broccoli, you get hype. Mm-hmm. You even get hype on the One Night song.
And I Spy.
And I Spy song. And shout out to Kyle. Kyle. It's kind of like, those 3 brought me back to a place where I'm like, okay, I think I get it. I understand
his first popular song I actually liked.
Which one was that?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember how it goes.
Because I'm not a Yachty guy.
I know, I'm trying to remember how it goes.
Those 3 brought me back, though. They made me go, okay, Yachty.
I know you want this for life.
I said One Night. That was the One Night song.
Okay, yeah.
Those brought me back, and I was ready for this album. As he was releasing singles, bro, I got a feeling as those singles came out that this
Harley?
album would be trash.
Oh my gosh, Harley.
And it is trash. Yachty, oh my goodness. No.
I don't even really like, and not to be honest, like I don't even really like Peekaboo that much.
No, and if the Migos weren't on Peekaboo, it wouldn't be hot at all.
That's that's very valid.
So yeah, this is trash, me man.
21 songs, guys. Go ahead and listen to it if you really want. I think you might maybe like 2 songs off of it.
He is the ODB, the Lil B. All of those gimmicky Danny Brown. Well, Danny Brown actually has bars if you listen. But
no, yeah, do not compare him to
I'm not. At first I was though. But
no, Danny Brown's in another league.
Riff Raff, like when you play them
I like
at
Riff
parties,
Raff way better than this guy right now. Riff Raff has can make a better album.
Riff Raff, Tiptoeing in My Jordans is one of the best songs ever made. So yeah, man, this was trash for me. It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Yeah, Daps and Pounds Show gives this one a thumbs down.
No bueno. I still need to listen to the Shakira album. It's 100% in Spanish.
I can't do it.
But I need to listen to it.
Yeah, I know you're gonna dance naked to it.
1000%. All right. Drop Top WAP is being labeled a mixtape, but it's a Gucci Man project, which means it's an album basically.
Mixtapes are kind of dead. People just now are releasing because mixtape. I think what it is now because streaming is so popular, they're realizing, you know what? Let's just instead of doing remixes and stuff and hopping on other people's beats, let's just throw this music out for free, you know, and or if people want to buy it. I mean, it's not even really for free anymore because it's like people. It's like, well, the streaming services, it's already technically free for them. Yeah, that's how they're viewing it.
So Gucci Mane, drop top WAP. That was hard to say. I'm pretty sure every song was produced by Metro Boomin. Shout out to St. Louis. But yeah, man, this...
Wait, he came from St. Louis?
Metro Boomin?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Atlanta?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
He's St. Louis.
East St. Louis?
I don't know if he's East St. Louis, but he's East St. Louis.
Man, he survived. That's good.
That's good. This is a Gucci Mane album. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just Gucci.
It's Gucci Mane.
It's almost like what we were just saying last week about Snoop. About like when they drop albums, you just know what to expect and you kind of roll with it and you respect it. I will say that my favorite song is called Met Gala featuring Offset.
Yeah, Offset went off.
I can't wait.
2 Chainz went off too, though.
2 Chainz did go off. 2 Chainz very underrated. I can't wait for Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. I'm gonna be so happy.
That sounds like a Gucci Mane title. I'm
does.
Surprised.
It really
I'm
does.
surprised he didn't get that. Because remember back in the day, like we were like, yo, like white girls really like Gucci Mane.
Yeah. Oh. On my college campus, it was the amount of white girls that listened to like hardcore, thugged out music. Like you will see a blonde hair, blue eyed with a convertible riding around. Her name's probably Jessica.
I was gonna say
you
Justin.
will hear sipping on some scissor, and you're just
hey, juicy.
Hey, how you doing? It's a lot.
Sipping on some scissor.
So Drop Top WAP, Gucci Mane. I liked it. I mean, it's a Gucci Mane album. I didn't mind it at all.
It's a Gucci, bro. It's Gucci, man.
I didn't mind it.
I give it a thumbs up. I mean, I'm not gonna go back to it, really.
I'll go back to 2 songs.
But man, you can't. Gucci, he delivers. He delivers what you expect from him.
He delivers. So let's move on to singles. There's a few that came out I wanted to talk about just for a quick little second. I will say, also, gotta salute It's The Real. I listen to the podcast all the time. A Waste of Time with It's The Real. They are 2 dudes similar to The Lonely Island. They released an album called Teddy Bear Fresh today.
Oh, I wanted to listen to that.
So here's the difference between them and Lonely Island. Lonely Island will have an idea and like say, let's put this to an R&B or a rap thing or whatever. But it's a joke.
Right.
This is like they're serious, but they really want to rap. You know, like this is really...
So like Froggy Fresh, did you watch that Power Rangers video?
Yes.
Like it actually like was rapping and he was telling a story and I was kind of like, you know what? I'm actually surprised at how well written this is.
So they have a all of their stuff has very interesting titles, but they all make sense. So they have a song called Metaphor, where it's talking about like, girl, I don't know what to call you, so I'm just gonna say that you're a metaphor, and it's hilarious. And they have
with Currency. They even got
Sugar
artists?
High because they don't do drugs, so they use Smoke DZA and Currency, two of the biggest weed smokers in the world, as like a balance between them and the type of high they get. Bun B, the song with Bun B's hard.
Like a V-neck.
Yeah. Blue Cross Blue Shield's hilarious because it's saying that I'm going to stay so independent forever, kind of playing off like this new independent wave that's going on. So it's saying I'm going to stay independent until I'm forced to get insurance. Like it's so incredibly funny. If you want a lighter thing to just joke around with or whatever, kind of
awesome.
like you would, then listen to it. Shout out to It's The Real.
Shout out
one
to
of the
It's
best
The Real.
podcasts out there that I listen to. So, very dope. They had this last episode on their podcast. Killer Mike interviewed them. It was so cool. It was
Killer
really
Mike
cool.
can host anything if he wanted to.
He can talk. He has the
He's
gift
eloquent.
of gab. So Halsey, she released a song called Strangers featuring the Lauren girl from Fifth Harmony. It's kind of like a love song. It's kind of weird. But it's okay. For some reason, Halsey's cute to me. Tell me why. She's bald.
Why
Why do I think she's cute, you think?
Do you like Amber Rose?
No.
She's bald too.
No. Amber Rose looks like you remember Toy Soldiers? Where the where the action figures came to life on the kids.
Yeah.
It seems like, she was an action figure and she came to life and a little kid ripped her hair off. She just seems weird to me and very hardcore.
So I'm not even gonna get into it.
Rita Ora, she dropped a song called Your Song, written in part by Ed Sheeran. Shout out to him.
I gotta listen to it.
It's pretty decent. Skinny, he released a song called Cool Kids featuring Freddie Gibbs. All right, Freddie Gibbs just, did I say Gribbs? Freddie Gibbs just dropped an album recently, about a couple months ago, and it was really good. So that song, I think, is a standout. Kali Uchis, now don't know if I'm saying that right. I think it's Kali Uchis. She was featured on Daniel Caesar's Get You, and she just dropped a song featuring Georgia Smith, who you've just heard on More Life, and the song's good. I like that song. Two of them are in the same lane, so it's interesting.
Hot hot.
T-Pain.
Hot hot.
Did you like it?
I didn't listen to it yet. I saw the single. I didn't get a chance.
It's called it's called FBGM.
How is it?
Featuring Young M.A. T-Pain's talented.
He's always been talented.
He found a way to make Young M.A. sound good on that beat.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. I like
it.
T-Pain.
I love T-Pain forever. Meek Mill, Glow Up. This is, in my opinion, this is my favorite song that's come out since he's been the L God. Let's see here. Grace Carter. She released a song called Silent. I like this song. She's in the lane of that one girl that's kind of like Impossible. You know that song?
I wish I didn't.
So she's in that lane. Grace Carter, Silent. And then Levin Cali, Smile. He released that song. It's pretty good. Those are just a few quick little hits of songs that I've listened to today that I think are really, really interesting, really, really cool. So.
Awesome. What are you going back to?
I am going to go back to Skinny. I'm going to go back to T-Pain, Meek Mill, and maybe Halsey a little bit.
Okay. What have you been listening to in general before this Friday?
Jay-Z.
Still Jay-Z. You're on this Jay-Z kick, huh?
Still Jay-Z. I'm trying to determine, because since that wasn't our era.
I drafted him in my rap draft.
Listen, you also think samurais are dope, so I don't trust a word you say. Okay? I'm trying.
You're reaching.
No. I'm trying to find where his classic album would be to me, because that wasn't my era.
Are you thinking Black?
I love the Black Album because that was my era.
Right.
That's
99 Problems. That was us. That was us.
It was amazing.
Dirt Off Your Shoulders. That beat.
Encore.
Yeah.
PSA. Like, ugh. The Black Album, production-wise, shout out to Just Blaze, No ID. It's crazy.
What are you thinking though? What's your gut?
I'm thinking right
Kingdom Come.
now, In My Lifetime, Volume 2. That was trash.
Dude, that
That was
album's so
trash.
bad.
I felt so bad
Think
for
about
J.
that,
Cole
though.
being on that album.
Think about the fact though now, like everybody, if you come out with if Drake comes out with a bad album, people will crucify him.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
And you know what? I don't remember. I think a lot of people but Jay was already solidified. Like Kingdom Come came out, and they're like, yeah, but it's got that because it did have like 2 good songs. I think.
Was that the song that
There was that one
with the piano? Boo 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 boo. You Lost Ones.
Lost Ones.
Oh,
Yeah, it did have Lost Ones.
Lost Ones was the one.
That saved it.
Lost Ones was the one. I still play Lost Ones
Lost
every
Ones
while.
is so good. Yeah, that's the one. I knew you would
Heard
remember.
people say that they made Hove. I said, okay, well, go make another Hove. Homies wasn't playing they day roles, so we started. It was dope.
It's
Love
good.
that song.
So,
Love
I'm
that
sorry,
song.
I keep cutting you off. Let me know.
No, I think it's In My Lifetime, Volume 2. That song had the song featuring Ja Rule for the Rush Hour 1.
Yes.
Sounds, can I get a woo woo? Who ain't got no to get. And you know what's funny? That's the first feature that Ja Rule ever got, and you can hear how raw he was. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm a 50 Cent guy, but Ja Rule was dope. He comes on, he's like, there ain't even a question, I'm a love. And you're like, yo, Ja Rule's the one. He's dope.
Now, who made a bigger impact with the voice like that? You think it was Ja Rule or DMX?
X. X dropped 2 albums in the same year, and they both went triple platinum. And then that video of Woodstock '99 where he's performing.
Oh my gosh, that was so dope.
That was that year though that he came out back to back, and DMX. Oh, man, I feel so bad that DMX is a crackhead.
It's hard.
He was major.
It makes you think too, though. You said triple platinum. Like, I wonder if we have to, but I wonder how many streams there would be if you count plays. You know, because people still listen to music. Like when they went home, they threw that tape in their deck and they just listened to it.
Bro,
people sat in their cars and just listened to music.
That's crazy. If you think about, there was a time where you could go triple platinum, and that's people driving to Sam Goody.
Yeah. Driving to Circuit City.
That's
driving to Best Buy. Driving to those
and if you think about
shops.
it, that's almost like why they probably loved the music more.
Oh yeah,
they had to go out of their way. Yeah,
you know, the guy, everybody after school, you're like, yo, we gonna go cop it? Like,
you got that Carter 3.
Yeah,
I remember we got the Carter 3 and we talked to each other. I was on my way to work and you were doing something, and me and you were texting about it, and I was like, yo, this is like art. Like, this is, you remember that text? I was telling you, this is like art. I feel like I won't get it first, because it's so many crazy
layers,
parts of the album. We're jumping
Dr.
all over
Carter.
the place, but
oh my gosh.
I love music, man.
I guess dig it, I lost another one.
But yeah, I think it's God dig it, I lost another one. Got another one? Okay. Leave my shoes on. Leave my gloves on.
And my gloves on.
Goddamn me.
That gotta excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to Weezy, man.
Young Moolah, baby.
Young Moolah, baby.
Anyways.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, all of that. That way.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you want more of this, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Daps_pounds, or you can visit our website at www.dapsandpoundsent.com. Guys, hit that like button. Let us know in the comments what you're listening to. Did we miss anything this week? Let us know via Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Get in contact with us. What are you listening to? We want to hear from you guys. We want to know about those artists that we're not talking about, and we want to, we want to talk about it.
I did see today. Shout out to Phil. Phil reached out and wanted our thoughts on
King Los. And we've been listening to King Los since, I want to say, 2010, 2009. I believe the mixtape was called Gravity, was the first one that I got a hold of. I want to say it's Gravity. For some reason, that's just popping out to me. It could be completely wrong, guys. However, I just was like, yo, this guy can rap.
And
his metaphors
what's crazy is you can make the argument for most underrated artist in rap or whatever, but when we're talking about most underrated skill-wise rapper,
Yeah, it's King Los.
Los, man. Los is...
His metaphors are nuts. Even Kendrick Lamar said he was like the only one to, I think, was it Control remix? What remix was it?
Control.
I think it was.
Control, yeah.
And Kendrick was like, you're the only, King Los was like, definitely the best to do it.
Yeah.
So that tells you it right there. Kung Fu Kenny.
Shout out, Phil. Thanks for checking in with us. Hope you're enjoying the podcast and stay tuned.
Hey, shout out to all the people out there, yo.
Yeah, shout out to Tanner. Always Mr. Top 5 himself, Jeff. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to L, Sean Tran. Everybody listens, man. Shout out to the shout out gang.
Justin.
Now, guys, we knew that this was going to happen. It was a foregone conclusion.
We're going to talk some NBA, ladies and gentlemen.
But the NBA Finals is going to be a trilogy.
I can't wait.
This is the rubber match.
I can't wait.
This has been compared to the Celtics and Lakers of the past. This has been compared to the Jazz and Bulls of the past. Teams that repeatedly kept meeting each other in the finals and were just drawn to each other. There is a destiny thing there in the NBA. And we are going to have LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. And we're going to see what's good. This is going to be big for a bunch of reasons. But I think that this is going to be an amazing series.
Oh, my God.
I think this is going to be an amazing series.
You have no idea how excited I am actually to watch this. Because Mary was saying something about, I forget exactly what it was, but I was like, yeah, but the finals are coming up. She was like, okay. And I was like, and that means I'm not missing a game. Like, this is history.
Yeah.
People are going to be talking. It's going to be, I think it's good for basketball right now.
It's great for basketball. For the people who think that this is not, that the playoffs being so lackluster and so easy for both the Cavs and the Warriors being bad for basketball, I understand that some of these games are huge blowouts. All of these games are huge blowouts. But you have to understand that there's two teams that are drawn to each other. Two teams that are just meant to face off. And if anything, you can watch one team blow another team out and see how they're good and see how they're bad and get ready. It's more anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can't even really analyze this matchup that much and say, oh, well, the Warriors looked real bad in this series leading up to this. You can't say that because they didn't. They swept everything. So I don't think that you can say that this is going to be bad. This is going to be great. I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Gosh, I can't.
Will the addition of Kevin Durant be the thing that makes this just unbearable for the Cavs? Will the Cavs adding known veterans to their bench and strengthening their bench the way they did this offseason and during the season with trades be the thing that pushes them over the edge? Is LeBron tired? Is he tired? You know what I mean?
No.
If you look at things, the Warriors have been able to rest more because they have more options.
Mm-hmm.
Cavs, I don't know if they've been able to do that as much.
I think they'll be fine. I am a little worried about Kyrie's ankle. I hope that's. I mean, he ain't gonna let anybody know.
Yo, Kyrie Irving is.
I will say this though.
So stupid.
Overall individuals, okay, I don't think anybody has gotten better as much as Tristan Thompson.
You know what's funny? I say that about Kevin Love. I think that this year Kevin Love's really come out.
Then if we're gonna both say though, as a team, certain individuals look better than the Warriors, because the Warriors still have their top. Like that's it. Then we feel like that we saw them peak. I mean, they had a 70. How many wins did they have again? What was the record?
77, right?
Ridiculous.
Something stupid.
Now, and they added KD, which is going to add another dynamic. And I think this is what's the guy's name who plays center for the Warriors?
Zaza Pachulia.
Okay, so him, Tristan Thompson, and then it's going to probably be then Kevin Love, and then probably Draymond. right? I would think. And then
last year they put Draymond on LeBron a lot.
Yeah, but you think okay, well,
Which
you
is
know
how-
LeBron
which is
you
how
know
all the drama
LeBron is
happened.
guarding KD.
Probably.
LeBron's guarding
I
KD.
I can't see.
He's too lanky to
I can't see anyone else guarding him. No.
um
See, with KD's length now, though, you could even have KD guard a center if the center is soft. So, Tristan, I think that at some point in the series, we're going to see KD switch to Tristan, and Tristan is going to have to prove that he is way stronger than KD, which I think he is stronger physically
but
and
he
more
can
aggressive.
but KD can get those quick
If
blocks.
Tristan proves that, the Warriors are going to have to come up with a different plan, bro, because Tristan, the down low play, I think, is going to be
Kevin Love has proven this year.
Yeah,
his
it's
down low
going
game
to be what
17 rebounds was it the other game?
something crazy.
Golly.
Something crazy.
I'm going Cavs this year still, man.
Still going Cavs.
I think their bench is just way better than it was last year.
So something I noticed, and I tweeted about it. The Warriors wanted this since the end of the series last week.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, sorry. And that was the weakest celebration for a Western Conference final I had ever seen in my life. They beat the Spurs in San Antonio, and they go in the back, and they smile a little bit. They hold up the trophy for a picture. They wave, and they're back on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, the Cavaliers won the Eastern Conference championship. There was champagne thrown in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
They were happy. I'm telling you, man.
I know, but I
think the Warriors are so mad that they let that 3-0 slip.
3-1.
The 3-1 slip. And that was such like a thing that people have said all year. You got KD, doesn't matter. Like, you came back from a 3. I think that they are in a different mindset this year.
I think LeBron and Kyrie, though, have that same mindset.
I think Kyrie does.
You remember? Did you see that little look they said? You see that look when he like you could just see it. He's like, "Yes, come on."
Well, here's the thing: if Steph Curry can't guard Kyrie Irving, you know why I say
Kyrie can guard Steph.
You know why? You know why I say that Kyrie is unguardable by anyone right now. I do not.
So
there is no one in the NBA that can. I would have, and that's why
Skip
I'm
Bayless
mad.
would say Kawhi Leonard.
Well, that's why that's why I'm mad that we didn't get the John Wall Kyrie thing. Because I think that would have been very telling. If there's anyone off top that I can think of that could possibly guard him.
Same mentality. It's that street ball mentality.
That's the only person I can think of, and we didn't get to see that, so I have to go on I have to go on what we saw, and from what I saw, Kyrie Irving is a different type of special. Homie is. He's out of here.
I can't wait. Did you see those back-to-back threes he had? He did
back-to-back buckets. Period.
He did them dirty,
bro. There was a 5-minute span where they were giving him the ball and playing a 4-1 and having him clear out like LeBron does. Like having him clear out and just like do whatever he wanted, and everybody was just watching him. It was insane. If Kyrie Irving does not produce, the Cavs won't win. Kyrie Irving is the most important player to get going. He is the most important player. He can't have a night where he has 5 points. He can't do it.
And the thing is too, LeBron James, he plays better when he can facilitate with Kyrie.
Oh yeah, for sure. LeBron James is the type of player that needs someone else to be on if the team is good.
However, I will say that finger roll that LeBron James had was one of the nastiest.
It was weird.
Crazy.
It looked fake. It slowed down. You know what I mean? Like he was like. It
was so easy.
Yeah,
that's why.
It looked like time had stopped, or like the whistle blew and everybody else had like stopped.
I can't wait though. It gets me so excited to think about.
I got Warriors in 7. You got Cavs in 6, right? Or 7?
Safe answer is probably 7.
I don't know. What if this is just like
what if there's
one
a
team
blowout?
just goes crazy?
Which I could see either way. Actually, no, I'm going to be honest. If I saw a team go crazy, I think it'd be the Warriors.
I do too.
If anybody. Who is a better team defensively?
Man, I don't know. We had Greg Popovich saying that the Warriors defensively were insane, and he's a defensive specialist.
But he says that. But then when Kawhi Leonard was on the floor, they were up by 20.
Oh yeah, I mean true. But oh my gosh,
I mean the Cavs handled them last year.
they did. It to me.
How many close games were there though? I kind of want to rewatch it now.
There's a bunch. I do think that it depends on what type of ball they're playing. If they're playing half court game, I think that's an Eastern Conference. Like I think that the Cavs are better half court. If you're talking full court, take the ball, throw it across. I think that's the Warriors. It depends on their set. It depends on what they want to do.
Who's the weakest link you think for both? For me, I think JR is, because if he's not on, his defense, I don't think he's that great of a defender either.
JR, yeah, they rely a lot on JR and Shump in the back end. I think JR is probably
I think Shump's been actually pretty.
He's been scoring more than he has for sure, because I expect him to be good defensively.
He's super. Watching him play this season, he's just an athletic beast.
He's wavy. He's not as bad as rapping as people think. He actually can rap a little bit. I'm serious. He actually
Who's got better bars, Lonzo Ball?
Yo, Lonzo has a couple bars too.
Ain't nobody better than Dillard though.
I'm old enough to remember Kobe Bryant rapping.
I do. I remember that. And Shaq.
Shaq has a platinum album, which is nuts. Back in the era where everything was going platinum. Though.
What says I have a platinum album? Can you say that you have a
He has a
platinum album?
collaboration with Biggie. It's nuts.
Can you say that you rap with Biggie? I rap with Biggie.
Every time I go do something,
Okay.
I don't really know I'm Shaquille O'Neal. You got it. Got to move the ball. Pass to the big man. All the time.
There we go.
Oh man, it's gonna be good.
It's
though,
gonna be
ladies
good,
and gentlemen.
It's gonna be good. I can't wait. NBA Finals start soon.
Starts June 1st, Thursday.
June 1st. It's gonna be
lit.
And the promotion around it. The promotion around it is gonna be like a WrestleMania.
It's 1-1. This is
Manny
series tired.
Pacquiao, Floyd. It's gonna be like a huge thing. This is a rubber match. This is it. This is if they never meet again, which could happen, right? Because trades and stuff. These two teams are still decently whole, meeting 3 years in a row, which is rare. None of the big major pieces have left, other than Harrison Barnes, but he's moved on to the Mavs, and you see he's kind of trash. So it's like, I'm telling you, I do not actually know 100% what's going to happen. I don't.
I don't either.
I don't.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my God.
I tell you, I will say this again, I've said it before. If Cavs are down 3-1, Cavs are not winning.
Yeah, I don't think that they can do that again.
No, you can't. No. Statistically, the statistics to even win out from 3-1, it was never done. It was impossible, pretty much.
Here's the thing, though. This is going to be my segue.
Mm-hmm.
If the Cavs are down 3-1 in this series, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they come back and win the championship again, does that propel LeBron James into the greatest of all time? Even if they win traditionally, if they win this championship, it'll be LeBron James' fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Will he be considered the greatest of all time? Let's have that discussion.
First off, I'm going to start by saying, no matter what LeBron James does, there are going to be some people out there that will die before they say LeBron James
I agree
is
with that.
GOAT before Michael Jordan's GOAT.
I agree with that.
Nobody is arguing that LeBron James is not the best basketball player in the world right now.
True.
So that says something.
Yeah.
That says a lot right now. Also, we're having this conversation, but this conversation, in my opinion, cannot be really solidified until LeBron James is done playing basketball. However, I'm not going to shy away from it. I think, me personally, I think when 50 years pass down the road and basketball is still going on, LeBron James will be considered the GOAT.
You think so?
Yes. But no matter what happens, no matter how, it doesn't even matter if oh my gosh, dear Lord, forgive me. If Michael Jordan's, all of his stats are broken, all of his statistics are broken, all of his accolades are broken, even if somebody did the exact same thing, went to 7 finals and got 7 rings, Michael Jordan would still be in the conversations. You know why? Different era, different attitudes. You didn't watch him play. You didn't know how he was. This and that. And me personally, if I'm picking somebody on my squad, I'm picking LeBron James. Mainly just because when I see LeBron James, he is the ultimate genetic freak of basketball. And in that way, he's changed the game. Also, and I like someone said, Michael Jordan plays like an assassin. LeBron James has never played like an assassin. Nor do I feel like he's ever wanted to play like an assassin. And I was talking to somebody else like this. If Michael Jordan had 5 points, 20 assists, and 10 rebounds, I don't think he would think he'd have a good game. If LeBron James had 5 points, 20 assists, and 10 rebounds, he'd be on top of the world. He'd be like that game. He'd probably think to himself that was
LeBron
one of,
had that?
Yes, that would probably be one of his personal, and to him, one of his best games he's ever played.
To back up
And
that stat,
I'll stop there and let you chat.
to back on that to back up that stat that you just did. Michael Jordan's worst years, his years that he was considered over the hill, you're doing too much, retire, were the years with the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
And in those years, he was out of shape, and he averaged around 22, 23 points a game. So that backs up what you just said. We look at Michael Jordan averaging that much at that age, and if you think about it, that's crazy. We look at Vince Carter right now as a freak for doing what he's doing at his age. Jordan did it when he was older, but he was averaging like 20-something points on a team that had Richard Hamilton. Like, the Wizards' Michael Jordan shows you just how great he was for us to think that those were bad stats. Mm-hmm. So that backs up what you were saying. I'll also back up what you were saying, where LeBron James, physically, attribute-wise, is a walking creative player.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is a walking creative player. When you've used all your gold coin points on 2K, and you max them out and all of that, that is LeBron James. I think the differences in them are polarizing to people, but it's almost like a best and greatest thing. For me, when it's all said and done, LeBron James might be the best player to ever live.
I see where you're going.
But when it's all said and done, he may not be the greatest player to ever live. Mm-hmm. Great is like mythology, like, like legend. Michael Jordan has like Mike Gatorade song, Space Jam. There was never a universal time. I remember watching those 2 finals that they were against the Jazz, 96 to 98, as a kid, and watching them at Utah. And you know how, like, when LeBron will get the ball, they'll boo? LeBron got the ball and would make it, and he had, like, a cheering section in Utah. And you can
You said
see,
LeBron, you mean Michael, right?
Yeah, Michael, sorry. Had a cheering section in Utah that were wearing, like, Utah Jazz jerseys. That were like,
right.
whoa, when he would do something. LeBron has that, but I think universally, Michael was just on this other level where it was just legend.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
But attribute-wise, I think LeBron James, and here's the other thing. When they talk about the buzzword is, can you make your team better, right? For all the kids in the draft that just are about to be be drafted and all that, one of those intangibles that scouts look at is, does he make his team around him better? Both of these dudes do. Michael and LeBron do, but in different ways. Michael didn't always make his team better because he was trying to. He made his team better because once he got the ball, the other team swarmed to him. So he hit Paxson for a game winner. He hit Kukoc and Steve Kerr for a game winner because they were open. LeBron, and he's faced criticism for this, he passes the ball willing. Like, he has a mindset of, I need to dish this ball. This play would look cool. Like, let's dish this ball out. He does it more creatively. Like, he's thinking more about getting his teammates involved. So in a sense, I think, honestly, that LeBron James is better at getting his teammates involved than Michael Jordan. I just think that when you look at stat-wise and stuff like that, people say Mike, but I think that's because he had to. Like, he had to pass the ball. He was swarmed. He had to. And he just had good players that, like, made the shots. Another thing is, I think that Jordan did more over the years with less.
Yeah, and people always say that.
Yeah, I mean, if you make Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, Ron Harper, Horace Grant look like stars, they're riding the coattails of you. Now, with LeBron's first run with the Cavs, where he had hardly anyone on that team, and they still made it to the final. They lost, but they still made it to the finals.
Nobody can name any of those players besides LeBron James. I think they're actually all out of the league right now.
I think you're right. Because when he first came in, he had, like, Ricky Davis, and I remember Ricky Davis had dunks. Like, he was dope, but for the most part, everybody's moved on. But I think, like, let's say LeBron had stayed on that team and not went to Miami and won, then I think we would really see a comparison, because he would be doing what Mike did, and that's taking a team of hardly nobodies and pushing them to the next level. But attribute-wise, I think LeBron James is faster. He's obviously bigger, more powerful. Even though Mike played multiple positions, LeBron literally plays every single one. Like, he can play every single one. He's a creative player.
Yeah. And I think, too, you're the reason why you also said legend status is because he became... LeBron James is right now, in my opinion, the symbol of basketball.
Right, 100%.
Michael Jordan was the symbol of basketball. Kobe at a time was the symbol of basketball.
Right.
But Michael Jordan, without Michael Jordan, there would be no Kobe Bryant. There would be no LeBron James. Like, that's why he's always going to be in this conversation. Because you can't, like you said, he's a legend. No matter what pop stars come along, Michael Jackson still was the first to do it.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was the one to change the game. Michael Jordan was the one to change the game. He introduced sneaker culture the way he introduced sneaker culture. He introduced, honestly, I mean, think about it, like, hip-hop and basketball became synonymous because of Michael Jordan. There are just so many things that Michael Jordan did through his career that will be, it's cemented. You can't take that away. So that's why this conversation is always going to be like, okay, who's the GOAT?
And I think
But I can't. I'm glad we're even witnessing LeBron James. I'm glad we even got to witness the tail end of Michael Jordan. Like we're in the prime time of NBA basketball right now.
And let's not forget, we witnessed Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah,
Like Kobe gets lost in this discussion, and the thing is, if you want the closest spitting image of Michael Jordan, it's Kobe Bryant.
Play styles and stuff. Yeah,
They play. It's weird.
Yeah, have you seen that video?
Yeah, where they're doing the same exact.
That's super weird.
LeBron doesn't have a video like that where he's comparable to Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like
he
when it
was
comes to
so
that.
much a freak of nature. He's different.
Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James are the three greatest players to ever play, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we've seen really great. There's AI, there's Tracy, there's great players, but people that have they can totally change a game no matter what and wow you. It's those three.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that LeBron James right now is the greatest basketball player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Can he do anything, in your opinion, though, to make you put him above where you put Michael Jordan?
this is gonna sound like a cop out. I know it's gonna sound like a cop out. 7.
7. Okay, so 7
He's
rings.
got to give me 7.
7 rings. Okay.
Because right now, like.
So 7. Like think about
So
his
Bill Russell.
legacy.
Bill Russell has more, but
Oh,
that's
yeah,
when
yeah.
the Celtic. Like that's when like.
We all know. Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. Wilt Chamberlain.
It was like
When white people thought they were.
amazing.
Godly. Have you watched like old?
Oh, it's
Oh
amazing.
my God.
They dribble the ball like this high.
We could beat them.
Oh, you would actually destroy these kids. Men.
And this is what I was gonna say, because LeBron James is not done.
No.
And that's what's crazy about it. He's got 5, maybe 6 more years left. Can you imagine if he even did get 7 rings? 7 rings and was the all-time leading scorer of the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, if he gets 7, then I'm ready to say, okay.
7 with like what would that be? That would be 11,
But that's a long time to play.
8, 9, 10, 11. So if he won this one, that would be 4, then 5, 6, 7. So he'd need 3 more. So then that would be 7, 8, 9, 10. So he'd get 10 if he just won 4 in a row right now.
Yeah, straight.
Straight. Okay, now if he won 4 straight.
If he wins 4 straight, that'll be what? 10 NBA.
10 NBA Finals appearances in a row.
Which is, I don't think that's unheard of. I'm pretty sure.
7's ridiculous. If he won 4 straight, and he beat this Warriors team, which might go down as one of the most dominant teams ever, which last year kind of was.
So statistically,
I don't think that's going to happen.
last year's
I'm going to say
team-
that right now. I don't think that's going to happen.
Statistically, last year's Warriors team was the greatest team in regular season history.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest team we've ever seen in regular season history. Second is Mike and the Bulls. And I don't think that he can go to the NBA Finals 4 years straight. But I think because of age, that might be why. Like that's gonna be a factor. Like at some point,
age is a factor
because he goes hard. It's not like he's like Carmelo.
But
and I
here's
love
the
Carmelo, but it's not like Carmelo like where he just like sits
but
around.
when he's that old, he'll be hitting 15 points a game, but still throwing out 8 assists.
Yeah,
That's still a good player to have.
it's possible, but I think the other part of LeBron is that I think the league's more competitive now than it was in the Jordan era. I think in the Jordan era, you had a handful of teams that were great, but hardly any teams on the come up. Now you have a handful of teams that are great, but tons on the come up.
Yeah, you really do.
In the next 3 years,
really
LeBron, saying it right now, in the next 3 years, he's gonna have to deal with Giannis.
Oh,
he's
I
gonna
know.
have to deal with them Bucks.
Yeah.
The league's gonna have to deal with them Bucks in the next 3 years if he doesn't get traded. Milwaukee doesn't do anything crazy and tries to build around him. And if they get Parker back right, they're gonna have to deal with those Bucks. They're gonna have to deal with John Wall. The East, The Eastern Conference, LeBron James is going to have to deal
with Boston.
They're going to have to deal with Boston. There are teams on the rise in the East that they are going to have to deal with. And then you have to beat the West, and you're going to have to deal. I think Portland's going to do something cool. I think the Lakers are going to start bubbling again within the next 3 years. It's a rough road to 7 for LeBron. It is and that's why I say, I'm not just throwing 7 out as a crazy number. I'm saying that's why, because I know what's coming for the East. I know what I think is coming for the West. If LeBron James gets to 7 through all of that, I might have to say, yo, I just witnessed the greatest player of all time. What's crazy is, flip side for me on a personal level, I don't like LeBron James' attitude. That's the crazy thing. He plays with like an entitled like thing, and he's
he does talk to the refs a lot.
Homeboy cries.
I don't know if Michael Jordan.
No, he definitely did, but it was authoritative. Like it was like he was like, yo, that's a wrong call. And he would rarely get attacked for it.
If I can remember correctly.
There's a video where, have you seen the video where he gets called for a foul?
And then they actually changed it.
Yeah, and he goes, that wasn't a foul. He goes, sorry, Mike. Sorry.
So, and I will say this, like, from what I understand, like, Michael Jordan was way more ruthless. He was a way harder trash talker. Yeah. He got in your heads way more than LeBron James did. Like, Michael Jordan would have let that dude walk off the sideline to get
100%.
To get 100%. LeBron James, he pulled him aside. He's like, come on, bro. Like, Michael Jordan, he would have let him walk, and then he would have called him an idiot.
Jordan would have snitched. if Jordan saw it, he'd been like, hey. He would have snitched. Listen.
Hey, yo.
Listen, LeBron James is a guy to me who I think he's cut down the flopping a lot, personally. Mm-hmm. But he does complain a lot about fouls. He complains a lot about calls. He has an entitled attitude to me.
The NBA in general complains
they
about
need to
calls.
Do something about that.
Everybody. You saw it. I even saw it on Boston. I saw it with all the Cavs players. Everybody's just like...
I love Jordan because he was an assassin, like you said. He was just kind of like a leopard that would just like be quiet, and he would only get rowdy if like it was time for some action. But like he got into some fights. But LeBron is just a crybaby in my opinion, and I don't like the way he handled going to Miami. But other than that,
he's regretted that.
Oh yeah, he knows. He
takes that back.
Which that's such a historic, like looking back, bro, that whole thing is gonna be such a historic
can I ask
time
you,
period.
Did Boston Celtics make their big 3 though before Miami did?
100%.
That's who started it all.
That's when
that group might go down as one. It actually is going to go down as one of the best Boston Celtics teams ever to play.
Oh, for sure, because they're the ones who clinched the drought. They had a drought of championships. Paul Pierce was
still really good.
What was Homeboy's name? That was like his running mate. What was his name? Yeah. It was Paul Pierce. And
Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett.
No, I'm talking about the team before that. Like Paul Pierce was there for years with one guy who was really good too. He was like chubbier,
I don't
darker.
remember his name. Fact check. Let us know down in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. Or tweet at us who you guys got. You had to pick one on your squad. Or just let us know who you believe is the GOAT. In my opinion, I'm still saying Michael Jordan is the GOAT right now. Just because I'm waiting for LeBron James to be done. Waiting for it to be over. However, I think LeBron James is on his tail. Just passed him in playoff points. Also saw a statistic. So, Michael Jordan scored those points in 33 less games. However, LeBron James reached those amount of points with 100 and they say I've been seeing 118 less shots. Interesting statistic there.
And that's true. Like
that evens out.
If you look at things like across the board, I think you're gonna find Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker. He had him. Paul Pierce had him for a long time, and they were really good, but they couldn't win a championship. So they're gonna go down as a huge team. The Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett.
Also, too, I was looking, and LeBron James, the amount of people like he lost to in the finals. You went to the finals first. The first time he went there to the finals, everybody does not discredit him for that loss. you had a terrible Cavs team.
Terrible.
The worst one, in my opinion, is the Mavericks. That's the worst loss on his record.
Yep.
I mean, if you think about it, though, he lost to a Spurs team that is probably one of the most well-rounded, two major Hall of Famers, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, who actually are on the list of the most points in playoff history.
Yep.
Both of them under a coach who is now considered to be, he's going to be one of the greats. He's already being discussed alongside
Shot pop.
the legendary. I'm not even going to say his name because you already know it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they lost to some quality teams.
They lost to very quality teams. I mean, I think where LeBron James, the Miami move, he needed to go learn how to win. And I think he needed to be around a system that had that in it.
Miami had the money to make it happen.
100%. And Pat Riley is a winner.
Yeah. That's why he flashed the
Lakers
rings at him.
coach, he
Isn't that what he did or something like that? He flashed the rings at LeBron.
he did
or something like that?
there's like a story where he did something like that.
Yeah.
Like Pat Riley is a winner.
Yeah.
They didn't have that background in Cleveland.
I don't even remember Cleveland's coach, man.
Back then,
Yeah.
Mike Brown.
See, I didn't even remember that.
I remember him because he's the coach for the Warriors right now because Steve Kerr's hurt.
Yeah.
And I think he's ugly, so I remember him. But yeah, man.
Good times. Basketball.
Basketball.
Good plays, man.
Good discussion. Good discussion on LeBron and Mike, man. It's crazy. I love basketball. It's crazy the time we're in right now because we're gonna look back and really have these debates.
Oh yeah, easily.
Jay-Z,
We're gonna
Nas,
be old.
Kendrick, LeBron, Mike, Kobe, Federer, Nadal, Agassi.
Are we gonna have like a discussion where like a lot of people will consider if you had to compare Drake, I think it would be LeBron James. Because if you think about it, nobody will ever. Not a lot of people are gonna say like, "Oh, well, he did it with less time. He failed here. He failed there." Drake is too soft. He really doesn't have bars. But his accolades still stand at the same time. You know, there are always people who are going to hate on LeBron. Hard. There are always people who have been hating on Drake.
That's an interesting what's the word?
Analogy.
Yeah,
Comparison.
there's like a smarter word that I don't understand though.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Diabetes.
Anyways, I'm sorry to get on a tangent.
That's
Just
a
kind
good
of thought
diabetes.
process,
That's
you
a
know?
good diabetes though.
Okay.
That's a good diabetes. Yeah, that's a good diabetes for that, I think.
For sure, man.
So yeah, man, Mike, you're still the greatest to me. You're still the best to me. But LeBron, if you get them 7, I don't know. We're gonna have to start talking. All right, guys, we move right along. It is now time for your favorite segment of the show. It is our top five. And today we are giving you our top 5 Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies.
I'm feeling so swole.
I can't lift one eyebrow. I was going to.
Holy crap! I thought you were The Rock. I can do it. I can do it.
Do your best diabetes impression.
I can do the eyebrow.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, if you could see how majestic his eyebrows are right now, I wish you could.
I'm an old wrestling fan though, so I practiced it when I was a kid.
All right, man. So we're going over the top 5 Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies. We recently saw Baywatch.
Yeah, let's talk about Baywatch for a minute.
Yo, Baywatch was probably in my opinion, it was his best comedy movie. I liked it better than Central Intelligence.
Oh yeah. To be honest with you, in my opinion, Central Intelligence was a little trash. I wasn't a fan.
It
I wasn't a fan.
that great. I think Jumanji's gonna be better.
Oh, we'll see. I love the first Jumanji.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
R.I.P.
What'd you
Baywatch
think,
was
though?
hilarious. It did a good job. First of all, I love Zac Efron. Zac Efron plays dumb in a lot of movies now, but he plays dumb really well.
Yeah, he does.
He plays like the stupid character really, really, really well. And there were parts in the movie, like the movie is full of like skin. It's full of, but not like boobs out all the time. It's
There's
not.
no
It's
nudity.
Not, no.
Well, I mean, there was like one scene, but it was meant to be funny. You know,
yeah,
it's
like
fake.
it's not.
Like,
It's They did skin in a weird way. They like teased skin the whole time instead of like being like.
that was
"Bow."
Baywatch.
Yeah.
That was exactly what Baywatch was.
So they had cameos from the old characters in the movie. I thought it was Mage. I liked it. It was funny.
Made fun of itself.
Yeah, it was funny. We could sit here and talk about the plot holes in the storyline forever, but those are those type of movies.
I didn't care because that's not what I go there for.
Exactly, 100%. So the Rotten Tomatoes and like the critics like kill the movie. They're basing it on like plot holes in the movie.
Yeah,
but it's like audiences loved it because it's
I didn't pay attention to any of the plot holes.
It's just a fun
I'm sure
movie.
there were a lot, but I didn't care.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could break it down, but why? It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun.
I
movie.
laughed.
There are parts of the movie that I definitely laughed on.
As much as I know laptops, I don't know anything about computers.
Let's get to the dirt. Oh man, what am I gonna do with dirt? I'm talking about evidence. Oh,
why did you just say that in the first place?
If you liked the 21 Jump Street reboot with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, this is the same movie on the beach.
There you go. You'll like it.
Drugs have to investigate to figure it out. Funny stuff happens.
That's like your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Jurisdiction was the key word in this movie.
Yeah, jurisdiction was Mage in this movie. All right, guys, our top 5. I kind of ranked them. I
ranked them
5 through 1. My favorite. So I'm gonna say that my number 5 for me on rock movies was Pain and Gain.
Oh, I thought that movie was absolutely Trinidadian. I quit watching.
Really?
I quit.
Wait, you told me that. I knew that. I
quit watching that,
I love that movie.
I quit on Netflix. I was like, I quit because I was like, this is not funny to me at all.
See, I didn't think it was supposed to be funny though. I thought it was supposed to be like a drama that had like a dark comedy, maybe funny. But
you want to talk about who likes dark comedy? I do, and I didn't laugh.
I liked it. Pain and Gain. That's my number 5 though. Definitely not my favorite, but it's my number 5.
Number 5 for me is actually Baywatch.
Really?
Yeah.
I
because it's my I think it was the funniest rock movie that he's done.
Okay.
So I put that one as number 5. We just talked about it. That's my reason.
Not mad at that. My number 4 is Faster.
Okay.
He came out with a movie Faster 4 years ago now, where it was all about him driving cars, and it was between him and an assassin, and there's drugs involved. It was shoot 'em up, bang bang type of movie.
Believe it or not, and because you brought it, actually that is number 2 for me.
Really?
Because I remember going to the theater, and it actually had a deep meaning. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, this movie was really good. I had such low expectations for it, and it was one of those movies that just kind of took me by surprise. I remember that gun that he had was like one of the most BA guns.
The gun was dope.
I put that as number 2 for me just because that stood out, because it was a rock movie where I expected nothing, and it was kind of that moment where I was like, anything this guy does, I'm like, I really like this.
I want to see it.
And it's kind of one of those not many people like, but I do, and it's kind of like, you hold it close. You're like, don't talk trash about that movie kind of thing.
Yeah, I liked it too. So number 2 on your list, number 4 on mine. What about? Give me something from yours.
4, Walking Tall.
That's my number 3.
Okay, dude,
that movie's Mage. I love.
We need to watch that movie together.
Yeah, that movie's great.
Because I don't remember enough about it where I think there'd be one-liners in it that we would appreciate.
The last time I saw it, I remember watching and go, Johnny Knoxville is actually a good actor. Like, it was weird. Like, it was Johnny Knoxville did a good job. I love the story of it. And I love that it was actually a true story.
Right.
And you just had this dude. It was set up like an old Western.
Yeah.
You had a dude come back.
That's so true. It was a modern-day Western.
And kind of become the sheriff and clean up the riffraff in the town. It was Clint Eastwood. So, it was dope. Walking Tall.
Yeah, that one's my number 4.
That was my number 3. So I'll give you my number 2. Now, this was almost my number 1, and you're going to go crazy on me because this movie is cheesy as heck. But this is my number 2. The Scorpion King.
Yeah, I couldn't put that one on there.
Dude, it's so good.
I couldn't put that one on there.
The Scorpion King is so good. I have it on VHS.
I couldn't put it on there, bro.
I love it. It's so good. Listen, when it's on TV randomly, I watch it. True.
I would watch it on TV.
It's good. I like it. What's yours?
Number 3 for me is Gridiron Gang.
Good meaning movie. Yeah, good meaning.
I like it. It's a football movie.
Yeah, it's a football movie.
It hit me in certain spots.
Yeah.
Gridiron Gang. Number 3. And then now we're both on number 1, correct?
Yes. So my number 1, Fast Five.
Yeah,
we did it.
Fast Five.
Fast
number
Five.
1.
Best movie that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has ever been in. I think that is by far.
Yes.
You had him with Baby Oil. You had him with one-liners. You got the fight that we've all been waiting for: Vin Diesel versus The Rock.
That was epic.
You had him just in this weird. We were, as people who love the Fast and Furious franchise, we're always very scared when they introduce characters in.
Mm-hmm.
When we found out that they were introducing a big name character, we were even more scared. We didn't know what to think. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we knew it was going to be major. The Rock came in, and it was really, really good. Fast Five, great movie.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's the best, because we took a cherished series, cherished characters, and he fit perfectly, and he stood out, and that's why it was great.
Yeah, that I mean, I really
Give me
like
the
it.
veggies.
Give me the veggies. So good.
Fast
The
Five,
Rock.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. What's not to like about the guy?
He is the greatest.
The workhorse of Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
You see how many movies have already been announced that he's gonna be in on IMDb?
It's
There's
insane.
7.
And you know what's crazy? He's doing it the correct way because his production team is at the head of most of them.
It's ridiculous.
Shout out to San Andreas. Slept on.
Actually, it really is.
Slept on.
I don't have it on my list, but I was like, you know what?
Old girl from Baywatch was his daughter in that movie. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that I mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to close out episode 17 with the only way that we know how, which is
Our 101 conversation starters
for couples.
for couples.
Yeah, you already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
What you got this week for episode 17?
Oh man, what would you say are 2 of the best concerts you have seen, either in person or on video or film?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the same ones, to be honest with you. Ooh, actually, I don't know. Oh, this just got real hard for me.
You have one that is in your top that I wasn't at. I already know what it is.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm struggling with. Oh,
But
no.
But 2.
This is terrible.
So you better say that one or I'm going to be upset at you. We can both say one though, right?
Oh, I'm terrible.
Can we both
This
say
is
one?
gnarly. Yeah.
Drizzy Drake.
So one is Drake, for sure.
The one where we went to Bloomington.
We went together to Bloomington to see him. We actually were the crazy people who
waited all day.
waited all day.
But it was so worth it.
So worth it. We were standing. It's kind of crazy how close we were to him.
Very close.
It was awesome. Drake put on a great show. That was after his. Was that after Take Care?
No,
no, it was
right.
It was after.
It was after Thank Me Later.
After Thank Me Later. So yeah,
And
I've
he came
seen,
out to Forever
Yes.
with the full band.
Yeah.
And it was epic.
Yeah.
And he came out with the Louis sweatshirt, the black with the red bird.
Yes.
It was iconic for me.
I loved that whole show.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Let me know.
Let me know.
Remember when that sample came on and we were just
So
like,
good.
And he did karaoke. We got so hyped.
You know what's crazy? So we go to that show with our friends, and my mom is so G that she went with my sister, and she was sitting up on the left side of the arena, and I turn and look at my mom. My mom's like,
Getting it.
like she's dancing to Drake, and I'm like, yeah, mom, get it.
All right, what's your next one then? I have to think about.
This troubles my heart.
What are you comparing it then to? What's
I
is there
have
2 or 3?
2.
Okay.
I've
NSYNC?
actually been to a lot of concerts in my life.
Right.
And there's 2 that I'm struggling with. NSYNC, that I saw on their No Strings Attached tour for my sister's birthday, was so major because BB Mac and 3LW opened the show, and it was dope. But the first time we saw Tori Kelly
That's my number 2.
was so dope.
It was so intimate.
So since you're gonna go that, I'm gonna go ahead and go with NSYNC.
Yeah.
So I'll
I
say Drake.
expected you to go NSYNC.
NSYNC. I'll say NSYNC. NSYNC was a great experience, man. Shout out to NSYNC. They were dope.
And I would have said probably if we were a lot closer the second time we saw Drake, because A$AP Rocky and Kendrick Lamar opened for him.
Which was historical. We're going to be able to say that.
Yeah.
That we saw him
And we witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed Kendrick Lamar to beg the people up front to stand up.
The only reason that A$AP Rocky got people's attention was because the mob came out with him and got the crowd like.
And his
hyped.
mixtape was still very new.
Yeah.
But Malcolm and I were up top, like, getting it.
Yeah, we were getting it, man. A$AP Mob came out and was like, hey, let's get it.
But Tori Kelly's was something special because that was one person we just believed in wholeheartedly that she was going to blow up.
She's like she is our rare. So I found Justin Bieber on YouTube once because me and my sister used to look at YouTube videos, and I sent it to me and my sister, like, watch it. We were like, oh, wow, he can really sing. He could be something. But we did that with a ton of people, and he made it. So, and we didn't know he was going to be whatever. With Drake, we heard it, and we're like, yo, this is crazy, and it turned out to be whatever. Tori Kelly's the only person that I saw a video of the first time, and I was like, yeah. Like, no, she's out of here.
Right.
And for us to see that grind and see that.
The fact, too, like, her music live was better than her tracks. Amazing. So that's where we're at for Drake and Tori, and for Malcolm, Drake and NSYNC, baby.
Guys, make sure that you visit us on Daps_pounds on Instagram and Twitter. We are there. Make sure that if you're on YouTube or Stitcher or iTunes, you find us there. Just plug in the Daps and Pound Show. Just type it up, and you will find us. And you can catch up on all of our other episodes.
Yeah.
This is episode 17, though. We got to it. We talked about new music. Yes. We talked about, we kind of set up the NBA Finals between the Cavs and the Warriors. This is the trilogy, right? Someone's going to put these on Blu-ray and then sell them as a pack during Christmas.
Okay.
We gave you guys kind of, it wasn't a debate, it was a conversation, right? It was a conversation about Mike versus LeBron in 2017. Where are we at? We can come back to this. It's an ongoing conversation.
Always.
We talked about how much samurai suck. We talked in depth about these Rock movies and our top five favorite Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies. And we also gave you guys our 101 conversation starters for couples. It has been a ball. Thank you for joining us. You guys are too sweet. We love you. We need you, and we care for you. I'm so sad our time is ending. I'm really bad at fake crying.
Yeah, you are.
Just saying. All right. What do you say? The whole phrase is like, that's because I still love you. It was pretty crazy. So, my name is Malky, right? Yeah. To my right, who do we have?
Nights suck.
Here at the Daps and Pound Show, we represent one. I'm off.
Gosh.
We represent two mics,
two friends
in one show.
The
Daps and Pound Show.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
We're here.